I'm Scott Bryant, and please subscribe, please press the bell icon up there. And this video is 5 top tips for new personal trainers and old personal trainers if you're struggling in the fitness industry and finding it hard to make money and get clients and bums on seats. So the first thing that I would say is do not be the same as everybody else. So if you were to see me training in the gym with my clients, you would see what I'm doing is totally different to what all the other PTs are doing, because I've studied an in-depth program, which was the Czech practitioner program, which now is 3 years, that used to be 6 years. So I don't know how they can shorten it and expect you to learn all that stuff, but obviously it's changed in 14 years since I've studied it. But since I've studied it, I still use it and it still massively works. And there's only me and one other guy that have got the Masters trophy as Czech practitioners, whereas the other guys are just level 4s. But they're still brilliant at what they do, because obviously to get to that level takes a lot of studying, reading, learning over 3 to 6 years. So try and set yourself out to be unique and different. But remember, with the Czech system, it's much harder to sell if you've not done it on yourself and done it with many clients. But it's only a certificate at the end of the day and the knowledge level that you've got. But you could be the conditioning guy for tennis. You could be the conditioning guy for golf. You could be the kettlebell guy. You could be the knee guy. You could be the back guy. You could be the transformation guy. I had a friend that only trained models. I had another friend that only trained golfers. The only thing with only doing one thing, when you put that on your website, when you get to the top of the ranking for golf and you're not mentioning other things that you do, it means that you'll get low traffic coming into your website and it'll be harder for you to make money online that way. Does that make sense? So the next thing, this is one of my real bugbears, is putting your fees up. You must have high fees to do with what you want to do with your business, as well as what you need to pay your car, your rent, feeding yourself, how you want to live in general. So a lot of PTs are still charging £50 an hour, but that just shows me and the customer that they've got low level of knowledge, low level of confidence, and this is why they're charging 50 quid an hour, or they think that's all they can get. I've signed up clients for 25 grand in 5 minutes, and I've signed clients up for £6,000 in 5 minutes. And it's not a problem to me, because I really love what I do, and it comes across when I'm doing the pitch to try and get the client to sign up. Does that make sense? So put your fees up, or make sure that if you stay at 50 quid an hour, make sure you charge for your program. Make sure you charge every minute that you're with that client. Does that make sense? So if you buy something for them online because you think it's good, charge them for the product and charge for your time. Yeah. Otherwise, you're doing stuff for free. The client will like that, but you won't have nothing in your bank account. Does that make sense? So it's really important for you to remember that. Okay, tip number 3, don't do courses that have no value. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of like Pure Gym and other big gyms. They want you to do their independent courses and charge you. And when you do their independent course and you decide to leave Pure Gym and go and work somewhere else, it's not recognised anywhere else. So you've got to remember that. So in the Czech program, the Czech stuff, a lot of people want to work with a Czech practitioner, but they don't realise how much it's going to cost them and how much more expensive it is than a normal trainer, because we spend 40, 50 grand on our education over the 3 to 6 year process in which to learn all this fantastic stuff. Okay. And if you don't have confidence in selling the stuff or getting clients to sign up for huge packages, you should never do the courses, in my opinion. But really, the Czech qualification is not valid anywhere. It's not valid anywhere. And what I mean by that is that if I went to, say, the National Health and said, I don't have a physio degree, but I've been working as a Czech practitioner for 23 years and I can get anybody out of pain and I do this, this and this, they'll go on your bike, because all they recognise is a physio qualification. or the same as an osteopath or a chiropractor. That's really well known among the rich, the famous, or people that want to work or get out of pain with somebody. Does that make sense? But the check system is not. I was working in a gym last year and I must have spoke to 200 members, mentioned the check name. What's that? Don't know what it is. Does that make sense? So if you do the check system, you've got to be great at sales. You've got to be able to push yourself, to market yourself like I do nearly every day. And then on top of that, you've got to be able to practice what you preach, learning the system. Does that make sense? And, you know, I've made the money back 10 times over. So I've been very lucky. But a lot of checkies that go through the process don't make the money back and don't stay in the fitness industry long enough to really get benefit from it. Does that make sense? So be careful what courses you do. So if you do a physio course, which is 3 years at uni, or you become an osteopath, which is another 3 years at uni, at least you know you've got something that everybody knows about. Or if you do a sports massage course, most people know what sports massage therapists do, which I'm qualified in as well, yeah? So don't do courses that nobody knows about unless you're going to be selling it yourself and you know how to sell it yourself. Does that make sense? So the next tip is number 4 is to keep reading. So I've read, 1,900 books now, which lots of them are behind me. They're on the floor, they're in front of me, they're in cupboards, and I really enjoy reading and learning new stuff. But all my stuff is about fitness and training. And the more that you keep reading and learning, the more that you can set up your own system of what works, what you see work with your clients over weeks, months and years. And you can go, right, that client needs that, that client needs that, that client needs that. Does that make sense? So I've read nearly all of Charles Poliquin's books that you can buy online. I'm now this year going to be doing a Charles Poliquin course, the first one. I'd like to do 3 or 4 of them, but see how things go. And then obviously I'll finish all the check stuff, so I'm not doing any more check stuff. I don't pay him any more money because I've really lost a bit of faith in it, really. But apart from that, I still use the whole system, from scientific core to program design to the HLC model. I do everything with all my clients, so I don't miss anything out at all. So keep reading. Try and read 1 book a week or 1 book a month. That's 12 books a year. And you'll find that if you stick to like back pain, or you stick to holistic health, or you stick to diets, and you read every book you can on diets, you'll be the master because you'll have more knowledge than anybody else in that field. Number 5, don't give up on your dream. Okay, so it's been a tough 2 years for everybody, as far as I know, in the fitness industry. And many have closed down, many have taken their websites down because they wasn't making the money that they used to make, or they realised that it's very tough out there. Like in my local area, I've got nearly 40 trainers in my local area. And I'm competing against all them, but all the customer sees is personal trainer. They don't understand that I go at a much deeper level. Like my assessment time is over 4 hours. The diet and lifestyle and supplement assessment is like nearly a month, because I do lots of testing to find out what's working, what's not working, blood work, fecal material work, urine work. I do so much stuff, it's unbelievable, in which to make sure I'm getting 100% the right result for my clients. So really don't give up on your dream. And even if you have a period where you've got no work, just keep reading, keep pushing yourself. Think, how can I adapt my business? So I do online training in Scotland, I do online training in Denmark, I do, training over the park, I do training in people's personal homes. I'm not working in a gym at the moment because I feel that the rates that they're charging are very extortionate for what you can charge. They're now telling you what you can charge, whereas back in the day they never told you what you could charge. They said just charge whatever you want as long as we get paid at the end of the week, we're happy. And that's another thing that's changed. They now want a weekly payment instead of a monthly payment, which I think is a bit wrong, because, you know, clients go away and they go sick and stuff happens. And you've got to be careful of that if you've got a model where you're getting paid from day to day and not doing massive block bookings like I do. Does that make sense? So really find your own way. If you need any help, there's a link at the bottom about my online coaching program to help PTs. You get 15 minutes of my time for free, where we can talk about, you know, where your pitfalls are, where your blockages are, and how we can get you over that, in which to get you really, really booming with your business. Another quick tip is write your own book. There's my book, Holistic Health for Proper Geezers, Classy Ladies, Get the Body and Fitness You Want. $6.99 on Amazon. If you buy my book and you like the book, give me a review and I'll write you a workout program with the check philosophy in that program. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Sorry it's a bit long. Make sure you press the subscribe button. Make sure you press the bell icon to get regular updates. I nearly do a video every day, and I look forward to interacting with you very soon. Keep pumped up.